The place where we always brag that, we have this legacy of education. They are like respectful people. We are still very much educated, enlightened. It's just unfortunate that the Omoalis, the bastards among us, they've managed to gain power. They hate their people. They hate the land. But they are feeding from it. So education, no investment. Healthcare, no investment. The young people, no investment. Right? We are now breeding our own alimajiri at a never seen before rate. A total decline that should actually jolt you when you look at all these things that we have adopted. I mean, where they have, should I say adopted or forced on the rest of you? By these criminals. And you should know, when they come for your children, that should get you mad. It's unfortunate. The majority of you can't even separate, the immediate ruin and the long-term ruin that these guys represent, enough that you could easily cower behind them. Their children will not be under any of these rules. No. But their children will go out there to the UK, to America, all over the place. Get whatever education they can get. And then they have parents like that madman. They will fix them into the system. Slowly, surely, they will end up being your leaders again with that same myopic mindset. And the cycle continues. And guess what? The children they have failed to train or teach or educate or given any skill, especially in Yoruba land, right? They are growing up now. Or do you think they're just going to disappear? The system is catching up with everybody. 25 years of ruin is catching up with us. And when charlatan like that becomes a minister, as it is, making policies that will kind of alter the trajectory of the life of your children, that should get you mad. I don't know how to break it down for you. Because some of you are already withdrawing your children from school. You can't afford that anymore. Yeah, people are leaving schools now. Children are leaving schools now. I'd never seen before it because of the poverty level in that place. Here is one of us.
Money between 700,000 cash. But what you need, Telecom, you have 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, having Jeremy. But you marry 700,000 cash. I need to go. Timba ní 700 báyìí pé cash ni mo ní. Màá kọ́ sí mi nílé fọ́sẹ̀ mẹ́ta náà. Tí màá sanra. Mi ò sojú kòkòrò. Mo fi tútòbí àlùkùrá ń ṣẹlẹ́rì. Timba ní 700. Báyìí sọ bí 700, 500,000 cash. Báńkì mo ti rí rí. Pé nóòtù ni wọ́n kó jọ yìí. Báwo ló jọ mo fẹ́.
Ẹ̀mí lọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀ sọ yìí.
Mo fi Ọlọ́run ṣẹlẹ́rì. Ọlọ́run bá pọ̀ kí n má ṣe oye láyé. Mi tí ní 500,000 báyìí cash rí. Kémi mo ní owó yìí o. Tí n bá ní 500,000 báyìí cash pé mo ní 500,000 lọ́wọ́ báyìí cash. Tá bá ń pè mí ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù àbàgbé wọn ṣe pé màá lo ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta lé ṣọ́ọ̀bù àgbẹ̀ táwọn mu.
Do you hear that? So that's one man. I probably would never know his age, but you can tell. He said he has never in his lifetime, all his existence, put together a total of 700,000 naira cash. And he told the guy interviewing him that, man, apart from the fact that I am seeing 2,000 naira, 1,000, 2,000 that we are just using to live life, right? He has never for once put together 700,000 naira. If he manages to get 700,000 naira for like a whole month, he's not going to go anywhere. If they call him at work, he won't go back there. Do you see that mentality I'm talking about? Right. These are the crop of, the mentality that people have kind of come up with. It's like a coping mentality. A coping mentality where people have been pushed and squeezed so much that they can't even recognize anything good governance, even if they see anybody dangling it in front of them, because they have no idea of what it is. All their lives has been life of a struggle, hardship. And guess why? In a country where even those who are well educated and even who have skills are struggling, imagine the population of those who don't even have any, and ask yourself how they are surviving. Then they have the mentality of, if I am just going like this, just wish that the armed robbers will just drop a bag of money, like 100 million naira. So somebody who never had the real skill, living inside their contraption called Nigeria, where poverty is actually like a virtue. They told them, their pastors, their imam, all of them told them that being poor, God loved the poor people. And they have been coping within that same system for so long that they can only imagine what 100 million naira is to them. 100 million. 100 million. Omo, no go work for 10 years. I'll just buy cars, I'll build a house, and I'll then, stupidly, they will tell you, and I'll start a small business. They have no idea. Now ask them, what kind of business would you like to do? By the way, that's where you're going to know that in Nigeria, something don't do you. They are not raised or given any kind of mindset to be enough in a way that to say articulately. Oh, that's why the Igbos are kind of really, really different. See this two words, right? In a world whereby you are raised to understand money and the value of it and what you can do to either multiply it through trade and the rest of that is one great skill that I don't think they teach in your schools, rather than you reading and cramming. When you ask them, if I give you 100 million naira, what can you do? Voila, you start hearing some ridiculous take. Baba, if I get 100 million, I'll first build a plaza. No. I'll build estates. I'll just rent it out. People will be paying me rent. No. 100 million. Baba, I will start business. So tell us, what do you have in mind? Have you ever really been able to, put together your thoughts to fix a problem, an immediate problem that you're like, if I see just 5 million naira, I can take care of all the debt, all the waste collection in this area. I can convince the landlord association and tell them that, you know what, I will take care of your waste if you can pay me so and so. But look at this, look at that. You know, that kind of thing, right? So if I see just 100 million, I'll buy 2 compartmented truck used so that I will be, say, man, that sounds good though. But where are you going to be dumping the refuse? I will work with all the recognized dumping site now. What I have to do is just tell them that they shouldn't worry. Instead of the waste being littering everywhere, I am going to be collecting it for them at a fee, right? You say, well, that sounds good. That sounds practicable. It's more practical. You could barely see any of them that will put together any thoughts that will make you think, now opportunity these people don't get to. I don't know why my camera keeps flashing up like that, like I am like turning white on your screen. I'm going to try and fix that. That's one of the problem of moving equipment out of this studio. You just have to kind of go back and reset until you get the perfect one again. So bear with me if this is too bright in front of you. Quick money. In a situation whereby people have no real skill, they have no real education, and at the end of the day, they are existing in a contraption that is led by kleptomaniacs, economic saboteurs. So all abnormalities will now become normal. Here is Kabiru Abubakar or something, an informant for, according to those who arrested him, or according to himself as well, an informant for kidnappers in northern Nigeria. He's speaking Hausa, he's speaking, I don't know Hausa. So I'll come back and tell you what he said. Or Celia, if you are with us, help me in that comment.
Ibrahim Nasarai, dogon ruwan 'yan magarya, na yi alkawarin zan gaya ma hukuma gaskiya abin da nake yi daga farko har ƙarshe.
Malam Ibrahim, menene laifin da kake yi aka kama ka?
Laifin informanci.
Ga suwa?
Ga al'umma na garinmu.
To wa kake yi ma suwa suka sa ka?
Wasu ɓata gari ne.
Kai da suwa kake hudda?
Barayi ne.
to ba za ka yi min magana wasu ɓata gari. Malam Ibrahim,
Allah
tsawon shekara nawa kai kana tare da wannan barayi?
hudu
Tsawon shekara nawa?
hudu
Shekara 4? To Malam Ibrahim, ka yadda laifin da kake na influence shine dalilin da yasa aka kama ka?
na yadda
Ka yadda?
na yadda
Malam Ibrahim, wannan laifi da ka amsa ka yadda kana yi, tirsasa haka aka yi?
a'a
Ka yi ma hukuma bayani na gaskiya, idan tirsasa ka aka yi ko ba tirsasa ka aka yi ba. Mene ne dalilin da yasa ka ga ya dace ka amsa wannan laifi?
dai in ba ta haɗin kai da goyon bayan ga mutu gaskiyar magana.
Asirinka ya tona dubu ta cika kenan.
Eh,
To Malam Ibrahim, da suwa ne kake wannan hudda barayi?
alhamdulillah.
Da suwa ne
Maza.
kawai? A waɗanda kake ma infomancin suwa ne? Wace daba ne?
Ba daba ba ce suke,
Yan ina ne?
nan gidaje suke,
Wanne gidaje?
nan kudancin garinmu da wasu kuma can yamma.
Kudancin garinku da yamma?
Eh,
Nan gidajen suke?
eh,
Akwai daci yammacin garinku da kudancin garinku ne?
wallahi na karkara ne gonakai.
To nan suke zaune?
Eh,
Duk barayi ne?
eh wallahi.
To da wani ya sunansu da sahoman sunayensu?
Na farko akwai ɗanladi,
Ɗanladuwa, ɗan wane da Ɗanladi?
ɗanladi tukurmati,
Ɗanladi tukwarmati? To sai kuma wa?
sai sani,
Sanuwa?
sani tukur,
Shi ma ɓarawan ne?
eh,
To sai kuma wa?
sai ɗan yaggata.
Ɗan ‘yar gata ya sunan shi?
Haka dai ake yawan kiran shi.
Ɗan ‘yar gata?
Eh,
To shi ma ɓarawan ne?
can unguwar Iliya Makeri yake.
Unguwar Iliya Makeri, yanzu haka in aka je za a same su?
Inda ake samun su,
Ina ake samun su?
kamar gyaza,
Gyaza?
sukan zo saye-saye,
A gyazai?
da rana,
To
amma ba su shigowa garinmu da wuri, sai dai gyaza.
sai gyaza?
Eh,
Nan suke shigowa?
nan suke shigowa.
To Malam Ibrahim, a cikin laifuffukan da kai na infomanci, sau nawa ka kirawo su waɗannan barayi suka zo suka ɗauki mutane? Sau nawa wanda za ka iya rikewa?
Sau shidda,
Ka tabbata sau 6 za ka iya rikewa?
Sau
Ba akwai kuma buƙatar ka yi wannan hukuma bayanin dalla-dalla waɗanda ka kira aka ɗauka waɗanda ka bada. Ka amince ka yadda? Ka amince ka yadda? To ka fara mu wace ce ko kuma wane ne na farko wanda aka fara
ta farko, Aisha,
Aisha wani gari take?
nan garinmu da ke,
Ina?
nan yan magariya,
Matanwa?
budurwa ce.
Budurwa ce? An nawa aka fanso ta?
Ba a kai gaba da kuɗi ba sai ta kuɗin Allah ku fito da ita.
Kwananta nawa?
Kwananta ɗaya,
To sai kuma wa?
sai Jamila,
Sai Jamila matanwa?
ita ma budurwa ce.
To an
Da aka kama su,
na
sai suka baje, sai ita suka riƙe ta.
ita suka kama?
Eh,
Kwananta nawa?
kwananta ɗaya ran na biyu ta dawo.
Nawa aka fanso ta?
Da sun ce 100,000 za a ba su, an ba su 95 suka sako ta.
To sai kuma wa na uku kenan?
Yawa sai kuma Rabi,
Rabi ina ce?
yan nan ce yan magariya,
Matanwa?
matar Salisu,
Salisuwa?
Salisu Abdullahi.
To nawa aka fanso ta?
Ita kuma ba a kai gaba da kuɗi ba, ita ma sun kwanta suna bacci ta gudu.
Ta gudu?
Eh.
Kwananta nawa wajen su?
Kwananta 2.
To sai kuma wa?
Daga nan sai Hassan,
Hassan ɗan ina?
ɗana ne.
Ɗan uwanka ne ma?
Eh,
To shi nawa aka fanso shi?
shi kuma 12,000 aka bada kuɗin mai, ba a kai ga kai kuɗin ba.
Nawa da suka ce a basu?
Sha suke sai an kai kuɗin mai kana.
Kuɗin mai nawa aka?
10,000.
I'll save you the rest. So that was him. An informant who had his own family and he was confessing to the people he's managed to. He's an informant to the terrorists. They call them bandits, but they're not bandits, they are terrorists. So as an informant to the bandits, to the terrorists, he got caught and he was there telling them how much involvement has been. He used to have a job, but he had to do it to survive. He's got family, he's got children, and he regrets, for being the one informing the terrorists whenever the military are around or whichever member of the public they needed to kidnap, and they pay him for doing so until he got caught. That's that one. Here is another person too. I'm showing you some of what the product of that contraption are, so to say. Rather than focus and face that head-on, these criminals who created all this mess, they want to create more and more people like that across Nigeria. See this one, so if his pal brought a friend home, right? and they had sex. She died. The friend ran away, and this mofo cut off her head, cut off her body, cut off everything she could cut to go make money ritual. Okay. Oh, this is another one. That's another one I'm going to show. But you see this one, it's a mixed story, two of them. For that video, this one I'm showing you is that of a guy who also no skill, no real education, possibly no prospects. Inside the same contraption, they decided to start going everywhere and pack the sands. Yeah, they were packing sands or in front of banks. Okay, so they wanted to use the sand they packed in front of banks to make money ritual. That's one.
Okay. So UBA 1 ẹni sọ kan nínú ẹ̀yin náà jẹ́ ọkọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ ó di méjì múlẹ̀ ìbò kẹta
báńkì bíbá ẹni
tìbò wẹ́mà ó sì mẹ́ta.
wọ́n fẹ́ fi ọ̀rá sínú wọ́n fẹ́ wà lápò ní báńkì.
ṣé mo lẹ́ẹ̀ máa kan ní.
èrò ẹ̀mọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo fi níbẹ̀ máa kankan rẹ̀.
kúrò dáhà bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí.
ọ̀rá lásán náà mú. ẹ̀mọ́ kankan ilé ìjọ bù yẹ̀pẹ̀. èrò àwọn bàbá tó pè ní.
kúrò dáhà bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí. kúrò dáhà bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí. wẹ́mà ló dá wà bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí.
èmi wá sọ̀kalẹ̀ máa lọ sí kiri.
wà lọ bù yẹ̀pẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀.
kí lè fẹ́ fi yẹ̀pẹ̀.
ẹ̀pẹ̀ tẹ́ bá bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ lẹ́yìn fi ṣe.
òṣòlẹ̀ lè.
òṣòlẹ̀ so àwọn tẹ́ bá bù yẹ̀pẹ̀ wọn yẹn kí ló mọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn.
abúlé ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
yẹ̀pẹ̀ ibi tẹ́ bá bù kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. ayé yín ò ní gbà.
ẹ̀gbọ́n jẹ́ méjì mi mo ṣe wà. jẹ́ mo kọ́ tí mo ti dòónú ayé. ẹ̀wọ́ àbẹ̀yìn sọ wá di aláìmọ̀ ń ṣe. ta lè fẹ́ bá soso lẹ̀. ẹni lẹ́ soso lẹ̀ fún ni.
nuisance leleyi.
Again, the ignorance is so deep. And a lot of people are actually in the dark. That also tells those ones who probably have education, that tells the type of education they have. I used to be in that kind of dark place, I think. So those madmen who needed psychiatric help, they decided to go about packing sands in front of banks so that they can go and make money ritual that will make them rich. And I really don't like this. My camera giving me this. I'm going to actually come back. Okay, give me a sec. It is so distracting. It's distracting me.
Na sha faɗa bisa ga experience cewa in dai za a yi aiki da database na NIM da SIM registration, I still insist babu wani barna da za a yi na tsaro da ba a san waye ba ko ba a san ina yake ba in ba a san shi wane ne ba. Na sha faɗa ba once ba shekara 5 ina maimaita maganar nan. Kuma na sha rubuta takarda na tura wa jami'an tsaro ba ɗaya ba ba biyu ba ba uku ba ba hudu ba Allah ne shaida. Aikinmu duka da muka yi bai shafi tsaro ba amma dai mun tabbatar da mun yi providing database da muka yi don a taimaka tsaro zuwa ran da muka kammala aiki muka tafi na bar sama da mutum miliyan 100 a Najeriya da na musu rijista a database. Kuma mutum miliyan 61 ni na yi shi gaba ɗaya a cikin ƙasa da shekara 3. Kuma a shekara 13 mutum miliyan 39 na samu amma sanda ne achieving sama da mutum miliyan 61 me duka manufar don a samar wa masu tsaro wani irin platform da za su yi aiki da shi wajen magance wannan. Ana sace sarkin gobir ba da labari bidiyonsa ne na dawo gida yara ke nuna min wallahi na ma gagara gani kawai na ga rigarsa da jini na gagara abinda ne na farko shine da gaggawa na nai mutane biyu da san suna harkar tsaro na ba su shawari cewa ina ga in an yi kaza da kaza da kaza ba sai na bayyana ba saboda al'amari na security ba kawai nake fada ba ina da yakinin ko ba a san suwa suka yi ba to tabbas za a san ina ne location ɗinsu in ku aka sani to da ikon Allah za a
I'll come back. So I think I have found why my my setting was like acting up earlier. Okay, so I think I fixed it. See, I look more clearer now. Or do I still look whiter? I'm still fixing it, but it is much better now. So let us continue. Thank you so much for your patience, though, right? This is just me like coming back or getting back into my game, okay? But yes, the ignorance of people, the victims, rather, the victims of a failed country, people who have no brain of how to create anything meaningful, something you can see, but they have the belief that they could create alijonu that will go and loot and steal money for them, since they don't have the direct access like those their slave masters have been enjoying. And they do not even have the courage, right, to really go after those who put them in a situation where they needed to pack sand. Do you think packing sand from the front of the bank is going to make you rich? Others believe that, oh, as they are packing the sand, all of you that are banking with that bank customers, they will use your destiny. And those lunatics will be rich and you will be poor. This is the type of a society these criminals have created. And there is nothing you can say to tell them that, Baba, you get mental health problem, or if you believe that packing a sand, killing somebody, cutting off somebody's head, or exhuming scores, like mining scores, will make you rich. If that has been the case, I will say that we should have nothing less than maybe 1 million billionaires in, for example, Yoruba land. So we have a lot of people suffering from mental health problems. And this is coming from the position of economic frustration, that they have become so destroyed mentally, that they can no longer actually really think straight. They become suicidal. They become like murderous. Children are going missing because some lunatics are kidnapping them for money. Mentally disturbed people are being brutalized and assaulted by supposed normal people because they believe that mentally deranged people want to use their destiny. Destiny will not make you millionaire. Are you not saying that you are actually really coming from a frustrated position when you believe that somebody can make you poor by just cursing you? Somebody can destroy your life by just taking your image to somewhere. Are you not looking at what this society has done to you yourself? I used to be there too. Honestly, I used to be. And I can tell you this for free. It is all coming from the position of trauma. The trauma caused by the economic ruin caused by these criminals from every part of Nigeria, to the point that you actually feel like you can cut somebody's kidney, you can kill someone in order to become rich. Rich with, I don't care where the money comes from. I just want a spirit to be giving me money. And you believe that you will kill somebody, or you put somebody inside a cupboard and their spirit will begin to go and rob banks for you. And you don't think that's a mental health problem that we have tolerated for far too long? Especially those of you who have been repeating it and repeating that, and those who are making movies around it too. They are justifying mental health problem that is murderous. People have no mind or brain to face the rogues that put them in that situation. And then they look around and begin to mine scores or mine used sanitary pad and doing all other horrible things that only mentally deranged people actually does. It is a pandemic. Like it's a pandemic. Who became a teacher telling us that after he was the Minister of Communication, a former terrorist sympathizer who gained access to Nigeria's supposed data, Nigerians' data, and under him and the Boko Haram, the terrorists called the Fulani terrorists gained so much ground. And the Wahala is still there. Not a single one was arrested or prosecuted. The guy came back and said, oh, I called them, especially when they kidnapped the emir of Gobir. So I called them, I called this guy, I told them that what we built can locate and track all the terrorists. You don't go back to their Moscow. The same place that Boko Haram picked him from 6 years ago.